We're going to show you how to find special hidden features in some of your favorite DVDs in this hour of Call for Help.
Hi, Call for Help. Hey, Call for Help is on.
Hello and welcome to Call for Help. I am Kat Schwartz.
And I'm Roger Chang.
And Leo is off today, but never fear. We're still going to take your calls and help you with your technology-related headaches as we do every single day. In fact, if you have a question, be sure you send us an email through our website, techtv.com/callforhelp. It's really easy to do when we actually put people on air from those questions.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, it is, unlike any other show. Now, on today's show, there's a special hidden features included in some DVDs. Is your DVD one of those DVDs? They're called Easter eggs, and if DVDs are full of them, we're going to show you how to find them. Like this mock commercial here for Aqua Scum 2003. Check this out.
Style.
This is a mock commercial. I was actually going to buy one of these.
Yeah, right?
Function.
Yeah, it's hidden on the Finding Nemo
Aquascum
DVD.
2003.
Look at that.
Plain tank
awesome.
living. The Aquascum 2003 hermetically sealed dual-phase motor technology is
My
not for use as air
favorite
conditioner.
part. Reminds me of the FedEx guy.
What does it say it actually does?
You know, it looked cool, so I just want to buy it.
All right. Well, Mark Salzman, the author of DVD Confidential 2, is going to show you some of the best DVDs, Easter eggs he could find on the on the planet. There's so many.
Plus, we're going to show you how to use a few of our favorite shopping search engines so you can find the lowest price before you buy something at a store, which is great because, you know, you don't want to pay too much.
Do you use them?
I actually use a few of them, mainly because a lot of the stuff I want they don't have in the store, or it's just a lot cheaper. Oftentimes, I find it maybe 15 to 30% cheaper than I would in an actual store, and I don't have to pay tax.
What have you bought recently? Anything interesting?
I actually bought a DVD box set of Babylon 5.
Sweet. All right, Roger, you ready to take our first
Yes.
call? Okay, on the Tech TV NetCam network, it is Willie from Petersburg, Virginia. Hello, Willie.
Hey, Willie.
How's it
Good
going?
morning, Cat and Roger.
What's
How
up,
you
Y'all
doing?
this morning?
What's up, dude?
Are you, is that your bedroom or computer room that you're in?
Computer room.
Cool.
Oh, it looks like
Computer
a jail
room.
cell.
It's a closet turned into a computer room.
Wow. You know,
Sweet.
my computer room's actually next to my desk.
Yeah.
It actually is my desk.
It's not that uncommon to have a computer room in the closet, is it, Willie?
No, it isn't.
All right, so what's your question today?
Yes, my question is, can a hacker hack my computer when it's off?
Now, this is a good question because you kind of get the perception that hackers are almighty, at least I do. And so I think that for some reason maybe they can, but they can't really, right, Raj?
they might appear supernatural, but they still have to obey the laws of physics.
Right.
Now, Willie, is your machine off, or is it in a sleep mode?
It's off.
You probably don't have to worry about it unless you have something enabled like Wake on modem or Wake on LAN activity. They really can't do anything. It's off.
Well, isn't it more important how he's connected to the internet?
That's true. It's how you connect to the internet if you're on. But if your machine physically is off, there's no power running into it. There's no power to run the drive, so they can't manipulate anything unless it's physically on. And the reason why hackers are so successful is because a lot of people, unlike you, Willie, leave their computers on 24/7 attached to a high-speed internet connection, DSL or cable modem, and they don't have security patches. Hackers are able to get into their machine and manipulate either by seeing what comes out of it, or they might try to install a Trojan or a virus surreptitiously and then try to get hold of the machine that way. But in all those cases, the machine is usually on. That's why you see servers from the government always hit, because they're always on. You see websites that are hit because the servers that run them are always on. If your machine is physically off, there's no power going into it, they can't do anything to it unless they're physically there in the room where they can turn it on and manipulate the machine
What
from
if
there.
they've installed something that actually turns the computer on at a certain time and then connects to the net?
That can be a case, and that's why I was asking Willie if it was physically off or in a sleep
so
mode.
if it's physically off, it can't.
Yeah, if it's physically off and you don't have power, you plug the cord out of it,
Right.
I mean, it's not going to do anything. If you have it in a sleep mode, oftentimes laptops will go into this to conserve power. It's not, shut down all the way, but it's sleeping. If you have a Wake on modem or a Wake on a LAN activity, or like you said, a application, it could theoretically activate and
Right.
then run from there.
I think it's Fascinating, actually. But still, just unplug it, Willie.
Yeah.
Make sure there's
I
no
mean,
power, and they won't be able to get on.
If you're really paranoid, just unplug it from the wall.
Now, when you say unplug it, what if I just cut it off from the on-off switch?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if it's a physical on-off switch, yeah, they're not gonna be able to turn it on unless they're there.
Unless
That's
they
cool.
sneak into your house.
Unless they have kind of telekinesis and they can use their mind power and turn it
You
on.
never
Well, I
know.
do have an 8-year-old. He forgets to cut it off sometimes. So,
Well, you know that might be a small concern if is your son or daughter?
son,
A son, comes in and turns on the computer and leaves it running when he, goes away. If you have some sort of Trojan horse or application on there that can activate your system's resources without you physically being
Well,
there.
can't he just take precautions by installing a firewall and just doing the
Yeah, I
correct
mean, as long as
virus?
you can have a computer on a network and feel safe as long as you have the precautions. You have a hardware firewall, you have a software firewall. You make sure you run an antivirus check on your system to make sure there's no viruses or Trojan horses on your machine.
check.
You should have nothing to worry about.
Right, I have all of that.
Cool. Thank you. Well, I hope
Thank
that
you.
answers your question.
Hope you
Got it.
sleep better at night.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Coming up
Bye.
next, we've got a caller on the line who wants to know if he has USB 1 or USB 2 installed on his machine, and we'll show him an easy way to find out when Call for Help continues.
Cool.
Hey there, welcome back to Call for Help. On the phone right now, it's Dave from Lancaster, California. What's up, Dave?
Hey,
Hey,
Dave,
guys,
how you doing?
How are ya?
Pretty good.
Good, thanks for calling in. What's your question today?
How can we help?
I don't have the manual for my motherboard, and I was wondering how I can tell if I've got USB 1.0 or 2.0.
Right, now this is a very good question. One is a lot faster than the other one.
Yes, and oftentimes people, ask that because now there's all these new devices. You get external hard drives, external CD-ROMs, or even DVD burners that require you have USB 2 installed or on your machine in order to use it.
Right, everybody wants USB 2. Just to let you know what USB is, USB stands for Universal Serial Bus, and it helps your computer communicate with devices such as this very out-of-date zip drive. And they look pretty much like this most of the time, and you'll see that they fit in directly into a slot that can receive something like this. And there's only one variation, and that's if you're working with a really small device, but pretty much USB is your friend.
Yeah, and Dave, how long ago did you buy this motherboard?
It's a 3-year-old compact Rosario unknown model number.
All right. When did
3-year-old.
USB 2.0 come out?
It actually came about a couple of years ago.
Okay.
However, it wasn't as popular back then as it is now, so it wasn't widely installed on a lot of machines that came out. Now, is your machine running right now, Dave?
Yes, it is.
You have XP, correct?
Yes.
Right-click on your My Computer and go to Properties. And then we're going to go over to Hardware and then Device Manager. And what we're doing is basically looking at what Windows knows you have installed on your machine. And we're going to click down here at the bottom where it says Universal Serial Bus Controllers. Now you just highlight that and we're just going to click the plus. Now if it says USB Universal Host Controller or anything similar like that, but doesn't generically in that vein, it's probably USB 1. The reason I say that is because I'm going to switch over to other machine here quickly, PC5, because this machine actually does have USB 2. And it's very easy to tell. I'm going to go through the same process through Properties, Hardware, and Device Manager. And regardless of the chipset, whether it's an Intel or another controller, what you'll see is this thing that says Standard Enhanced PCI USB Host Controller.
Never make it easy for you, Dave.
So if it says that when it's installed on your machine, you have USB 2.0. If you do not, then you have USB 1.
Aha.
Now, can you upgrade from USB to
No,
USB?
it's very simple to upgrade. In fact, do you have any open expansion slots?
Yes, I do.
You can get either USB 2.0 FireWire combo or just USB 2.0 card. They cost around $30 to $40 depending on where you buy them. You can get them much cheaper online, but in a CompUSA style store, Best Buy.
Roger, what's the difference between the data transfer rate between USB and USB 2.0?
USB, you're looking at USB 1. You're looking at 12 megabits, megabits, not bytes, bits
Aye.
per second. USB 2.0, you're looking at 480 megabits per second,
Hey now.
which is a huge
There you
increase.
go.
And this is why a lot of manufacturers are now introducing external hard drives, external DVD burners, CDR burners, because they can take advantage of that extra speed.
Well, it's a great question. Did that help you out, Dave?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right, cool. Thanks for calling in. Call in
Glad we
again.
could help.
still ahead. Unlock the hidden features on some of your favorite DVDs. This is so much fun. We're going to take you on an Easter egg hunt and show you how it's done. It's great. And coming up next, we've got a free file that just might help you land your dream job. It's an easy way to keep track of all your resumes you've sent out. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. If you're in serious need of some job hunting organization, then the place you're going to start with is today's free file. It's called Resume Tracker, and it helps you do just that, right, Rob?
Yes, Resume Tracker. Now I'm going to state this flat out. Doesn't help you write resumes. You know, you got to have writing skills.
All right.
It's not going to email them for you. You're going to have to do that on your own. What it does
It's not going to help you really get the job.
it's not going to help you to get your job. It's not going to show up in person with a suit and tie and give you, you know, the interview for you. What it does is it's a database that lets you collate and kind of compile all the job interviews that you have to do, all the companies you want to apply or that you're applying for,
Okay.
your resumes. So it's very simple.
Well, because I mean, I know when I've looked for jobs in the past, it definitely gets confusing, and especially if you're looking for
Yeah.
different types of work. Yeah.
So, you know, once you do it, you can create a new application job posting. So let's say we want to do a new job posting. I'm going to say the position title. I'm going to say fry cook. And job code, web address.
Wait, hang on. So this is how you keep track of the postings you're looking into.
For example, you get a posting from a job agency, right?
Okay.
You take it and you put
Enter
it in.
it into your
And
database.
what this
All right,
allows you to do is once you're done, is that allows you to actually, you know, you could put the you could cut and paste in
All
the job
right.
posting. Just
Very
say
good.
fry cook one.
dry cook.
Oh, fry cook. Wrong finger.
Okay, that's cool.
Fry cook wanted at Denny's.
Okay.
Because everyone loves Denny's. You know, and you say, you know, you would give all the information that you would have about that particular job posting.
Great.
So you could say, you know, if it's a pre-existing or you want to add a new company.
Uh-huh.
And then this way, when you're done, you actually have all these postings out here that you can look through. So
Great.
what you
Free
know
file.
is, hey, I already went to this company. I already sent them a resume. I already sent them my referrals. I sent them my, you know, my biography.
Mm-hmm.
They have everything, you know. This is the responses I get back. So it's a way to kind of keep everything organized.
Great.
You know, who you talk to, what they said to you, what you still need to do with that company, you know, and what other companies you still have yet to send out resumes to.
That's
So in a way, you know, it's kind of like the job center over at college,
Yeah.
except that it's on your desktop.
That's sweet. And it's totally free.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Roger. And we've
Sure.
got the link to that on our website, of course, techtv.com/call for help. Are you ready for another
Yes,
call?
I am.
Okay, let's do it. On the Tech TV NetCam Network, it's Jerry from Lookout, West Virginia.
Hey, Jerry.
What's up, Jerry?
Hi, Kat. Hi, Roger.
Hey.
How you doing? You're looking a little pixely.
Yeah, that's what they're telling me.
What's it like in Lookout?
Oh, I live way up in the mountains.
Oh, it's like a
Oh,
lookout, so you can see the mountains.
So it really
Yeah,
is a lookout then. You
So you're
actually
like,
can look out.
Right.
Right.
Great. Now, how can we help you today, Jerry?
Okay, the question I had, I've got a bunch of old family photos.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to put them somewhere on the web, either for free or low cost, where other family members can go in there and view them and print out the ones they'd like to keep. I've got grandkids and you know, nieces and nephews.
No,
all over the
everybody
East
should do
Coast.
this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and you just want everyone so they can go online, visit all the family photos or photos that you have, and share them without having to like mail it or email them
Right.
to them.
Yeah, because there's bunches of them, you know.
Yeah, and they take up lots of space. Well, first thing you got to do is get them onto your computer, so you already know you got to scan them, right?
Right.
Okay, cool.
No, we got them for there. One service I use, and because I'm sort of a frugal computer user, that's a polite term for it. I use
You?
actually Yahoo Photos, and I actually have some of my vacation pics up there right now. And the reason I like it, well, it's because it's free, and anyone with a Yahoo account can actually go and look at it. Now, there are some limitations. Number one is that the resolution is much lower. I think you're stuck at 8 by 600. So you won't be able to get it any larger than that for really great prints. But if you want just, you know, people to come and look at your photos, say, hey, you had fun in New Orleans, or you had fun on your vacation in San Francisco, you can show them what you did, you know, so they believe you actually went on a vacation and weren't, you know, telling a
Right.
fib.
Right, but as Roger was saying, Yahoo is great because everybody I know has a Yahoo account, so they don't have to sign up for an external service. which is nice. But personally, I use what's called OPhoto, and this is Kodak's online company. And I think they do a really good job, and a lot of people that I know belong to this service, and I trust them when it comes especially to printing the photos because they are a Kodak company. And you
Right.
do basically the same thing. You get an account, it's free, you upload them to a different photo album, and then when you want to share the photos, all you have to do is go to Share Photos, and you pick which photos you want to share, and then you enter in the email addresses of people you want. Now, when they get the note from you saying, hey, check out my my OPhoto photo album, they are going to have to sign in, but it's pretty painless, and it does allow them, again, to buy quality prints right away.
But it's free for them to view, correct?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's free for them to
The only
view.
person that has to actually pay is you, Jerry. So, you know, the great thing is that, you know, you get all these
No,
services.
he doesn't have to
Oh,
pay.
he doesn't have to pay at all?
Mm-mm,
Oh,
no,
that's
no,
that's
no.
even better.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
that's
free.
better.
So, you know, those are two great free ways. There are other services out there that do the same thing, but
Snapfish is one of
Snapfish,
them.
but these I believe are like the most popular ones, and they're probably the easiest ones for your family to actually get an account with, especially, you know, Yahoo and OPhotos. I've done OPhotos. It's pretty painless.
Yeah,
to
it's easy.
step through.
And it's cool because you can order the prints right there, and you can decorate prints, and you can send out Christmas cards even from here. So check them out.
That sounds good. I really appreciate that.
All right, thank you so much for calling. Hope we helped you out.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty,
Coming
bye.
up, why scour the net looking for the best deals when there's shopping search engines that'll do all the work for you. We'll show you a few of our favorites, but before we head to the break, let's take our daily quiz. We're going to test your tech knowledge. Head over to our website, click on the quiz, and if you give us the right answer, we're probably going to give you a Tech TV t-shirt. So tell me, what was the first video game to contain an Easter egg? A, Adventure, B, Pitfall, C, Dig Dug, or D, Sunny Side Up, Humpty's Revenge? We'll reveal the answer later in the show, so stay tuned.
I believe that was a follow-up to the much maligned Burger Time.
We tell you this all the time, but I'm not quite sure if you're listening. You can get everything that we've ever done in every show in our show notes section. You really can. I'm not lying. All you have to do, scroll down our homepage and click right here on the show notes section. We've got every day this week, every day last week, every day the week before that, all the way to July 2003. It's pretty cool. It's totally organized, and it will help you find what you want. So go ahead, look at our show notes. They're there for you. Now, there are so many different ways to shop online, so today I'm going to start this new segment. It's called Shopping with Schwartz because it is one of my fortes, and this is where I'm going to be teaching you the best ways to get the best deals online. So today we're going to start with shopping search engines. Now, again, there's so many different ways. This is just one. Now, a shopping search engine is just like a search engine for any sort of information that you're looking for on the web. This is just what one looks like. This is pricegrabber.com, which we're going to get into later, but you can see here that it looks kind of like a directory. We see that we've got jewelry and watches and music and computers, and nowadays you can buy pretty much anything you could ever imagine online. We've got some tabs up here for even more categories. You can get gift cards through these sites. You can get merchant ratings. Great ways to shop online. Most of the search engines have some sort of the best deals of the day somewhere on the homepage, so definitely check those out. I'm going to be doing a whole segment on that as well. So just to show you how good of a deal you can possibly get, I'm going to start with a online retailer, Best Buy, which I like Best Buy. They're a great store. Do you like Best Buy, Raj?
You know, I shop there on occasion. Actually, I just buy blank DVDs.
That's all.
That's all, you know.
Heading to Best Buy for my blank DVDs.
You know, because it's close by. It's about a 15-minute walk from our studio.
Right, yeah, close.
But other than that, you know, actually, you know, I take that back. I bought my parents a DVD player from Best Buy because they needed one, and I said, hey, it's close. And, you know, occasionally their prices are average, but when they do a sale, they do good sales.
Right. Right, and you can find that out on their website, but if you're looking to buy something like a digital camera or something, I would have bought a DVD player through one of these other websites just because you can find the good deal. So we go to Best Buy. Now, I really want one of these new Canons. Have you seen them, Raj? The SD10?
Oh, the one that's thinner than like a deck of cards.
It's so cute, and it comes in many different colors, and it's just a cool camera, 4 megapixels. I
It comes
love
in
it.
4 colors?
Yeah,
It's like an eye camera.
it comes, yeah, I know.
Jeez.
I know.
How much is it over on
So
Best Buy?
here it's $332.
Wow,
All right. And it says that it's on sale. It says that you get free
Free shipping.
shipping. Okay, so that's not bad. And okay, great. So if I want to do some comparison shopping, the first place I'm going to go is Price Grabber. Now, I've probably told you guys about this site before, but if you haven't checked Price Grabber for certain prices, check it out because you can find good deals. Now, when you're using these search engines, you're going to just type in what it is you're looking for and try and be as specific as possible because you're going to get a lot of different results.
So model number is very important.
Yeah, model number is really important. And to do shopping research, they make it really easy by doing side-by-side comparisons through a lot of these sites, which I absolutely love when I'm looking for a camera. And then you can see, I'll show you a side-by-side comparison in a sec. You can see on the right-hand side that 48 different people, oh, that's not the one I want this one right here, that we've got 49 different sellers selling this camera. So I'm going to go ahead and check prices here for this camera, and you can see that the lowest price here was $279. Now, just because you see the lowest price at $279 doesn't mean you should necessarily buy it immediately from that retailer. What you need to do is read about the e-tailer.
So these are kind of like review ratings on the stores that you can buy that product from.
Exactly. We see here that Electric Sam is selling it for that $279 price. And if you look to the right, you can find out that this camera is in fact available, but it also has a great review rating from people that have actually used the service, over 1,200. Now, you don't want to go with a rating that is like 6 people.
Because, you know, you'll want as many people as possible to give you a kind of a better picture of that store. Because, you know, the last thing you want to do is buy a great product, have it damaged, and, you know, the store's giving you a hard time trying to return or get a replacement.
Right. Now, a lot of these you want to be careful. They're not necessarily including shipping prices. So Price Grabber does something that I really like. If you look on your price comparison page, you just enter in your zip code, and it's going to tell you how much it should cost to ship that item, because sometimes e-tailers jack up the price to make extra cash. So they include that in the price here. Now, here's what I was talking about. This is BizRate, another great site, where you can do side-by-side comparisons. I just went to the Canon page where these different cameras were and checked off the different cameras I wanted to look at side-by-side, and we can see here what each one looks like next to the other one. I love it.
So it's the exact same model?
Well, this one is, so that doesn't really help you that much. But if I put 2 different models here, the information is going to be different.
So you can kind of give it a quick overview of what's different and what's, you know.
Yeah, this one, the only difference is this one's black and this one's white.
Okay.
But whatever, you know, it's a couple bucks cheaper. But normally it would say how many megapixels it has, what the zoom is like, everything like that. So BizRate is another great search engine to try out. Amazon, of course. You guys all know Amazon. Enter in what you're looking for. It's going to give you great deals. Amazon's cool too because you can buy used cameras.
Yeah, and one of the things that Amazon does pretty well, and I've noticed this after a while, is that oftentimes they'll get a deal on a particular product. In this case, I was looking for a pair of speakers. They actually were selling them $100 cheaper. It was about a $300 pair of speakers, or $100 cheaper, because they got a great deal on it, and they were passing it over to you. And you know, oftentimes you check on. I always check on a Friday or a Saturday morning, because oftentimes when that's when they start doing the new weekly deals. You check out for special items, and you can find like 30 to almost 50% off on certain products.
Yeah, and Roger brings up a good point. You should check these sites and check them often for something that you're looking for, because deals pop up all the time, which is part of shopping with Schwartz. But you can see on Amazon.com what you're going to get is, first you're going to get the new cameras, and if you scroll down the used cameras, and if you scroll down the page, then you're going to get the used ones. Where are the used ones? Here we go. Here are the used ones. So, you know, be wary when you're buying something that's used. You're not necessarily going to get the exact same thing, but again, they have ratings for each person that's selling on the website. So make sure you go with a good rating. Now, Frugal, I love, just because it reminds me.
It's something that just recently got implemented on the Google site.
Yeah, well, it's actually been up for a little while, but they just started pushing it. So you actually, when you go to Google, you'll see that it lives right about here. Enter in what you're looking for. They're going to give you a bunch of different prices. I like this part. It's kind of interesting to see what people have recently been buying. We see here Easy Bake Oven,
teapot,
deep fryer,
hamster cages. Okay,
red dress.
That's I don't think that's real hamster
bath
cages.
pillow. Sweet.
You can buy a hamster cage online.
Look, you can actually get bath pillows here from many different retailers. They also have this thing on the left-hand side where you can enter in what price you want to pay, and then it'll give you items only within that price range. Pretty cool. Okay, so check it out. The details are on our website, techtv.com/call for help. Send me an email, kat@techtv.com. What is the best deal you found, and where did you find it, so I can share with the rest of the people? Now, okay, Roger, you ready for another live
Yes.
call? Okay, let's do it. On the line right now, it's JR, and he's joining us from, how do you say
Waukesha?
it? Waukesha,
Waukesha, perfect.
Wisconsin. How you doing, JR?
I'm doing fantastic.
No,
Thank
can
you.
you help me out? Where is Waukesha?
Waukesha is about 15 minutes west of Milwaukee.
Of Milwaukee.
Yes.
Every time I think of that Milwaukee, I think of Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, your
Sorry.
neck cam looks really good. What kind
Thank
of
you.
connection are you
You
on?
should actually think of Harley Davidson.
Ooh, do you ride a Harley?
I have not,
Ah,
but I do have quite a few friends and a brother-in-law that very much is into the Harley. And right now, a child to go to college, it's that or good food on the table.
Right.
well, that's great. Now, how can we help you, JR?
I had a question on Mozilla.
All right.
I took your advice and used the internet browser. I think it's fantastic. My spyware has literally gone to zero since I've used it.
Yeah.
But on Saturday, I accidentally deleted one of the bookmarks on there. And when I look back on Internet Explorer, it's still there. So I was wondering, is there a way just to import one of the favorites back into Mozilla?
Yeah, they make it pretty easy.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of cool. So let me close this window here and
Yeah,
start.
Mozilla anticipated a lot of people were going to be making this switch, so they made it seamless with that.
So, it's well, first of all, you're going to have to open IE.
Okay.
And what you want to do is go to the File, Import and Export over on the left here, and we're just going to click that. And now the beauty of this is, surprisingly enough, Microsoft sort of makes this easy. We're going to click Next, and then we can choose what we want to export, because we want to export our favorites. We also have the option of importing favorites if you have a previous machine that you had bookmarks in IE that you want to import. You want to export your favorites, and this is essentially all your bookmarks that you have listed, including on your link bar. I'm going to click Next, and then we want to select what we want. We're going to select everything here. And then we're going to put in it in a spot where we can save it to. So we're going to go up to our desktop, and we're just going to save this bookmark.html. And we're going to click Next. I'm going to finish. All right, and now we can go into, let me close IE. Now we can go into Mozilla, and we go into the View, actually not View, I'm sorry, Bookmarks, and Manage Bookmarks.
Okay.
Because what we're doing is we're swapping bookmarks between the two browsers. And then we can go to Tools and then Import. Now we get to select the bookmark right here, this HTML. I'm going to open that up. And then if I did this correctly, aha, this is where they all appear, down here.
Fantastic.
Can
I
you-
tried to cut and paste. That did not work. I tried to just slide into. That didn't work.
Yeah,
I
it's
tried the import just through Mozilla, and that didn't work. So
yeah. You have
really
to
a great
export it
step.
out in a form that Mozilla will take and use. If you
Okay.
if you just try to, I've tried this earlier. You either bring up the site, or actually you just bring up the site, or if you drop a folder into it, you just get a folder view like in Windows Explorer. But in this way, it was actually designed so what you're doing, Mozilla is doing, is taking the export that IE normally would, and then allowing you to import that back into Mozilla. So it's easy. It's not very straightforward, I'll admit that. You would think you'd be able to drag the folder and just drop it in,
sure.
but unfortunately that's not the case. I used to be able to do that, but for some reason I think the recent versions of Mozilla found this much better to do it this way. So all my under my bookmarks are all the links that I had under IE.
So
All
you
right.
can either do individually or the entire group if you want to.
Yeah, it depends on how you group those favorites in IE. If you have, for example, just a bookmarks of shopping sites or bookmarks of just research sites, you can choose those individual folders and export those only instead of exporting everything else that you might not want.
Fantastic. Hey, I love your show.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you for watching.
Take
And
care.
if you didn't catch that, we're going to put the information in our show notes section.
Okay.
All right, cool. So coming up next, Easter eggs aren't just for rabbits and kids anymore. DVD movie owners can enjoy them too. The author of DVD Confidential 2 is here to show us how to find them on movies like Finding Nemo when Call for Help returns.
This is gonna be cool. may surprise you, but not all Easter eggs are edible or even egg-shaped. Our next guest, the author of DVD Confidential 2, Mark Saltzman, is here to show off some Easter eggs that you'll only find on DVD movies. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Thanks for having me.
Now, kind of explain for us and the audience,
Yeah.
what exactly is an Easter egg?
Sure. Well, a DVD Easter egg is a secret planted on that disc, and hundreds of today's movies have them. So the user has to take the DVD remote, press a certain combination of keys on the remote in order to unlock that Easter egg.
Now, these are intentionally put in. These
Right.
aren't leftovers that they
Yeah.
had when they created the movie.
Well, they may be. I mean, an Easter egg can be anything from an alternate ending to a film to a hidden interview with the filmmaker, a
But the
video game, but it's not listed on the back of the box.
So the
it's
key
truly
is that it
secret.
is hidden, so
Right.
you've got to search for it like an
Yeah.
Easter egg.
Yeah.
All right, so let's head off for our first movie,
Sure.
Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
This was like a huge favorite, and actually, I hear it's one of the best-selling DVDs on the market. Now,
Right.
what's the Easter egg
Well,
on this?
there's 4 Easter eggs on this DVD, but why don't we take a look at one? You'd want to go to the bonus features page.
And this is the first or the second
It's
disc?
the second disc.
Second
And then
disc.
you go to the bonus features page.
Bonus features, and we
So
removed
here we
two at
are.
the same time.
Yeah. So all you do is you take your DVD remote and you press the down arrow a few times.
Okay, down,
And what you
down,
want to do is you want to highlight that back arrow, but don't press enter.
Okay,
on it.
don't press enter.
All right. Now that it's highlighted, what you want to do is press the down button on the
Down
remote.
button again.
One more time.
Oh, look,
And
there's
it-
a little, looks
yeah.
like a little fish,
Right.
a little cheese fish.
Green fish popped up, and now that's your clue. Like, hey, you stumbled upon something
So
secret.
I can click enter
Right.
now and activate
Right.
the action. So
You got
let's
it.
take a look at
Press enter.
it now.
And this is a mock commercial, a fake commercial for a
Ah.
product called the
Hey, this is what we
Aquastar.
saw
Right.
earlier in the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Now, what is this? Is this
Well, this was obviously something that was cooked up
The
by
Aquastar
Pixar. That was, you know,
2003.
this was not
Clean
made for the
tank
movie. It
living.
was planned
The
for the
Aquastar 2003
DVD.
hermetically sealed
And
dual-phase
again,
motor
it's
technology
just
is
a
not
little
used as
added
oxygen,
something,
but
a
by
bonus
water
to
purifier,
reward
water
those who are savvy enough, or let's say determined enough, to unlock it on the disc.
Okay,
So it's a fake commercial.
It's a fake
It's
commercial.
funny.
But, you know, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool that people take that
Yeah.
effort to make it, you know,
Yeah.
just a bit more special.
There's another funny clip with Dory the fish, Ellen DeGeneres'
Ah,
character.
yes.
She talks to you through the screen and knocks on the glass. So
that-
there's a lot of great
you know,
little
it's kind
cute
of cool.
things.
You know,
Yeah.
it's nice to have that. All right, the second movie we have is Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right, another popular
Or
disc.
as some of my coworkers pronounce it, the Caribbean.
Right, there you go.
Now, this, I believe, is also on the second disc.
That's right. Pop in the second disc, and then you want to choose the Moonlight Serenade option.
Which
so
on
that's
the-
where
which
we
are
are.
the screen that we're
right.
on now.
Now that you're here, you want to press the down arrow a couple of times, and you'll see that the tooth illuminates in
Ooh,
gold.
The little gold
Right.
tooth.
Once again, that's your clue that you stumbled upon the egg. You press enter or select on some DVD remotes,
Okay.
and this will unlock this Easter egg. Now, again, this is one of 3 on this DVD.
Okay.
So-
Oh, Keith
There
Richards.
he goes. So what's funny here is that he's telling the viewer that he's convinced that Jack Sparrow's character,
movie.
played by Johnny Depp, was
I
actually
think you wanted
modeled
to
after
preempt
Keith
me.
Richards in the way he, his swaggered ways.
Before I read it in the
Johnny Depp
newspaper.
say that he modeled
Apparently, he admitted that yeah, he studied
didn't know
his
he was studying
behavior
these.
in order to come up with this Jack Sparrow character. It's
because
an
I've-
award-nominating.
I've heard different stories about how he came up with that whole kind of character, some less savory than others.
Okay.
So this
Well-
is actually cool. I mean,
Well, yeah, sure, especially if you're a Rolling Stones fan as well. You
come
know.
on, it's a rock legend.
Yeah, some other really some fun hidden goodies on the Pirates of the Caribbean DVDs
Ooh.
are.
Johnny Depp even gave him a
that's
little
being
keepsake from the
refitted.
movie.
There we go.
Thank you, John.
There's some Japanese
pal.
trailers to the film, and there's some also behind-the-scenes special effects features that, again, you wouldn't know that they were
Cool.
there unless you
Awesome.
spent the time to unlock it.
All right, now the next one we have is not a movie. It's actually a DVD of a popular TV series,
Sure.
West Wing.
Yeah, it's not just movies anymore, Roger. We're seeing music DVDs and TV show box sets like The Simpsons and West Wing that also contain these hidden goodies.
Which is, great
Mm-hmm.
because I remember when I first got my DVD, I wish they put some TV series out because
Yeah.
I'd really like to catch, Babylon 5, and lo and behold,
There you
4
go.
years later, it finally came
right.
out.
Without
box set.
commercials, better quality,
Better
and
quality,
extra
and,
features.
you don't have to worry about wearing out the tape.
That's
Like,
true.
the VHS copies. Oh,
you go.
I'm watching the 50th time, and I don't think the tape's
Yeah.
holding up the screen.
I hear you. Well, this one's particularly easy to find. You pop in the last disc, the 4th DVD, which is bonus features, and all you do is you press the left arrow button and then the right arrow button.
Left, right.
And then a little star will pop
Ooh.
up. Again, that's your clue. So you press the enter button. And this is a funny sort of mock documentary of the head of security.
mockumentary.
A mockumentary, if you will. And this is about the head of security for the show. And they, it's overly dramatic and they build him up as, so the slow motion replay. So again, it's cute. If you're a fan of the series, it's a little added extra for
Now,
you.
are some of these Easter eggs actually made after the movie, but before the DVD's produced? Like, hey,
Yeah.
we should throw in some really cool stuff.
Yeah, that's a good question. Sometimes it is cutting room floor material that they figure, well, this is better as an Easter egg than as a listed feature. Other times we're starting to see film studios and filmmakers create Easter eggs specifically for the DVD. So, for example, in American Pie, they say, oh, well, did you want to see an Easter egg? Well, here you go. And the cast members throw eggs at the camera at you.
Cool.
So like little silly things like that. It could be as simple as that, or it can be something like in Terminator 2, if you punch in the date the nuclear war happened, I think it's August 29th,
gives you an
97, an alternate version of the film, a 156-minute version that James Cameron never released, and including an alternate ending. So it could be pretty sophisticated, or as something as silly as a gag.
We got enough time. Let's go through the last one.
Right.
But this is also was actually a movie, then a TV
Right.
series.
Planet of the Apes.
And this is the Planet of the Apes.
35th anniversary edition. This just came out last week. So what you want to do is you want to pop in the second DVD once again.
Okay.
Okay, we're just going to take a while. Obviously, we're just doing this for the first time. And you want to choose from the main menu. It's called Ape Phenomenon, I believe. So
Okay.
we'll wait for it to load. But once again, this
Okay.
is another like hidden goodie for those who are maybe fans
now
of the film.
is our oops, let's just
You can hit
make
the home or menu button.
Let's hit the menu button right here.
Bypass all those ads that we're now seeing on DVDs.
Oh,
the,
you
the
know-
nerve, right? All the trailers.
So you
All
said
right.
Ape
Yeah,
Phenomenon.
Ape Phenomenon,
So
you just want to scroll that.
Ape Phenom.
Phenom. Then you want to highlight main menu at the bottom.
Main
Don't press
menu.
enter.
All right, no
then
enter.
press the right arrow
Right,
button.
arrow button. Ooh, we
Yeah,
got a little silhouette,
silhouette.
of one of the female
There you go.
apes, I believe.
Press enter. And voila, we have another hidden clip. This is a
Oh.
vintage commercial for
Commercial.
Planet of the Apes action figures.
You know what got me was on the G.I. Joe. I watched
Yeah.
G.I. Joe, the cartoon movie. They actually introduced a bunch of commercials for the toys.
Right.
This is actually kind of cool that they
Yeah.
do this. I hope I see more of this.
Some
down
of
the
our
line.
viewers may remember when this actually aired.
You know, I
can't
owned
say
it.
I did you?
I had a hand-me-down General,
Okay.
the General Ape.
Right on.
Except he didn't have the horse, and I used the box like a boat and pretend he would sail
Yeah.
down the river.
What's funny is that if you saw this commercial today, it would have all these disclaimers like, you know, ocean not included and things like that.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because it kind of gives you a glimpse of how things were
Yeah,
back then, and
yeah. I love it.
they are today. Thanks a lot,
Yeah,
Mark.
thanks for having me.
Right now, we got even more Easter eggs on our website, including one from Lord of the Rings that's a little too racy to show on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Just visit our website, techtv.com/call4help. All right, coming up next, we got Photoshop, we got Netflix, we got USB thumb drives. They're all up for grabs on our big board of prizes. So we'll try to give one away, and when Call for Help continues, you might be one of them. Welcome back. It's now time for the Wired World Challenge. We have a special surprise for our contestants all this week. Tell them about it, Kat.
Okay, Roger, that's right. Everyone's a winner this week. Whether they get on air or not, both Wired World contestants will win a brand new copy of Matrix Revolutions on DVD thanks to Warner Brothers. Oh, yeah. So, William from North Vernon, Indiana, you are already a winner.
All right, are you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, now let me remind you and everyone at home how this game works. I have in my hand questions from 4 categories. You get to pick a question from one category, and I'll ask you a question related to tech or science. You have 15 seconds to come up with the right answer, and if you answer correctly, you get a shot at our prize board right behind me, where we've covered up some amazing prizes under some nondescript numbers. Ready to play?
Yes.
All right, here are today's categories. Stay tuned, 10 Hut, Virtual Justice, and Max Speak. Which will it be?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, all right. Listen closely. Microsoft and media giant NBC partnered in 1996 to form what highly rated cable channel? Give you a hint, it was actually our parent company before our last company.
I will say GE. I don't know.
I'm sorry, MSNBC.
NBC.
I'm sorry, but you still get the Matrix Revolution DVD, so you're not going home empty-handed. All right, Kat, do we have another caller on the line?
Yes, of course we do. It's Paul from Lawrenceville, Georgia. He's ready to play the game, Raj.
All right, you understand how the game is played?
Yes.
All right, here are the remaining categories for you. It's 10 Hut, Virtual Justice, and Max Speak.
Virtual Justice.
Virtual Justice, all right. Science fiction author Isaac Asimov introduced the laws of robotics in what famous novel?
I know this. I can't think of the name. Oh.
It's going to come out as a movie starring Will Smith.
Yeah, I know. And I can't think of the name.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's I, Robot. So
Yep.
again, you get to go home with Matrix Revolution. So, you still got something.
That's great. I got something.
All right. Thank you very much for playing.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Now, the
bye.
Wire World Challenge is happening every day. So head over to our website and sign up, and you just might be tomorrow's contestant. You have one more chance to take our daily quiz. Head to our website and click on the quiz link. And if you give us the right answer, we might just give you a Tech TV t-shirt. All right. Here's today's question. What was the first video game to contain an Easter egg? Was it A, Adventure, B, Pitfall, C, Dig Dug, or D, Sunny Side Up, Humpty's Revenge? Thinking about it? We'll get right back to you with the right answer.
Before the break, we asked you, what was the first video game to contain an Easter egg? Adventure, Pitfall, Dig Dug, Sunny Side Up, Humpty's Revenge. And the answer is Roger?
Adventure. Believe it or not, it was originally released for the Atari 2600. This was decades ago.
right.
Atari did not want to give the name Adventure, the Venture developers credit, so programmer Warren Robinett added an elaborate Easter egg that displayed the names of everyone who worked on the game.
Cool.
I mean, that's a great way to get around, all right, no names on this game.
Right. Why, they don't want names on games?
Well, no, Atari back then didn't want, hey, it's an Atari game. It's not blah, blah, blah's game. It's our game. So that was kind of their
right.
whole mindset.
That's pretty cool.
One of the reasons why they went under.
Snuck one by them, huh? Well, Atari didn't go under. They're still...
The name is around, but the company that was Atari no longer is.
Oh.
Sorry.
A well of information. All right. Hey, before we check the email, let's take a look at some of the great stuff coming up next week on Call for Help. We've got a security expert stopping by to show you the latest batch of viruses and how they work and what you can do to protect yourself. Roger's very excited about this segment. Plus, edit digital video like a pro. We're going to show you how to get a free version of a very well-known professional editing program. You're going to be so impressed. Then we'll explain how browser hijacking works and recommend a few programs that can help prevent it. It's a really nasty thing. And drag and drop encryption will show you an easy way to keep your sensitive data secure. That's all coming up next week on Call for Help, so make sure you tune in.
All right, let's see. Got some emails we can check?
Yes, I do. Okay. This person, Todd from Harrison, Tennessee, wants to know, every time he opens up a Internet Explorer window, it opens up small. He wants to know how to open it maximum.
Maximized. So every time you open up a new window, it's always maximized?
Yes, indeed.
Now, because I don't use IE that much anymore, I hope I remember. I still know how to do this. What you want to do is when you open IE, and then you want to open a new window. So just Control N, and when you do it, you want to actually make sure that it's maximized all the way, and close the first one, and then close the second one. And ideally, when you double-click again, it shall be maximized because you're kind of telling IE.
So it remembers the last size it closed.
And that's the reason why people say, how come my IE windows are small again and they're not, like big like I wanted them to be? It's because of that little quirk. If you could call it a quirk.
And then, of course, if you want to fully maximize any window, just hit F11, and it takes over the entire window like that. Hey, keyboard shortcuts.
Cool.
Okay, this person, George, wants to know, he has many different devices that he uses, and he has all these CDs and all these cords. How do we organize all of our computer components and CDs? What do you suggest the best thing is to stay
Now,
organized?
for CDs, believe it or not, we use one of those large CD wallets, the big ones that you get at Tower Records or Warehouse. The reason I do that is because oftentimes we need a lot of these programs last minute, and it's easier to pull it out of a wallet than it is to pull out of its box, out of its jewel case.
Or one of those spindle things.
Oh, those spindles are horrible. They actually
around.
scratch your disc, and I don't recommend them. For the cables, we use what we call zip ties. They look like really long blue cords. Or you can use like twist ties that you find at a hardware store. They look like oversized bread closers.
What I do with all my extra cables and things is I actually take one of those wallets and I cut all of the inserts out of them and just use them for all of my cables.
Yeah, you could do that. And we also use a bundler where we actually just wrap all the cables to the same machine. Keeps it all nice and tidy.
All right, thank you very much for watching. Thanks to our guest today, Mark Salzman, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.